Today we're talking about facial symmetry. So the first thing you need to make sure you are doing is, how are you sleeping at night? What side are you sleeping on the most? If you're sleeping on one side the most, maybe it's better that you sleep on the other side to correct that. If you have a nose that's uneven, for the longest time my nose sort of went to the left, so I would do these exercises where because you can manipulate, because the soft, I forget what it's called, but you can move it, and basically it would go this way, right? I would always sleep on my right side, so my face would be like this. So what I started doing was I would take my finger and I would basically correct my nose. And it's sort of like a habit. I've pretty much done that every day. Sometimes when I'm sitting there, I'll just go and just sort of correct that. Because it's malleable, that that softer bone in your nose, you can move it around. And your face changes depending on which side you're sleeping on at night. So if you're sleeping on your right side too much, maybe you should sleep on the left side and correct that. Or sleeping on your back can work, but really a lot of people it doesn't work. It's too difficult. So what I recommend is, if you're sleeping on if the right side of your face is more, if it looks like it's being pushed to the other side, then sleep on the other side to correct it and push it back. That's what makes the most sense, and that's what I've done to correct certain things like my nose and your lips. Even your lips can be like more over here. So after a long time of sleeping on the other side and correcting those certain things, that will help. But also make sure that you're, whenever you're out and about throughout the day, if you're not talking to anybody, then make sure you're mewing. It's just proper mouth posture. So say king and hold the G. King. Yes, sir. Hold on, let me de-bloat and get some coconut water. Anyways, so what else you can do is also making sure that your eyebrows are symmetrical. So having symmetrical eyebrows helps give your appearance a more symmetrical look. So make sure you're in the mirror, you're correcting them and shaving them and making sure they look exactly the same. Another thing is, so with your jaw, what I did, my right side was always bigger, so my right masseter was always bigger. So what I did was, I started eating peanuts. I started eating more meats and different harder, like jerky, beef jerky, or peanuts and gum, or mastic gum. You can do all these things and chew on the opposite side. And honestly, I hear there's you can do different exercises like this, but I think the thing that really works is just consistently chewing on the opposite side. You're not going to see results super quick, but it's just over time. You have to correct it. It's when you're correcting your body like this, it's it takes a lot of time. You just have to really be consistent. Okay. And another thing is, so yeah, there's that. And then also another thing with breathing at night. If you're sleeping at night and your mouth breathing, it's just going to disrupt your entire facial symmetry. So what you need to do is you need to buy mouth tape. It's just the only way to correct that right now. It helps. You'll get better sleep because you're breathing through the nose. Your facial symmetry will be a lot better. Your jawline will be a lot better. That will definitely help with facial symmetry. Some exercises I also do, whenever I'm just chilling in the car, sometimes I do the zygo holds, where you basically sometimes I'll just go like this, and it's nice too, because when you bite down, it also makes your masseter muscles sore when you're doing that, which also helps, because you want to get them sore, and it helps for a wider jaw as well. But another exercise for your jaw, if one side is bigger, on the opposite side, push down with your fist, and then make sure your teeth are already clenched, and then basically just clench repeatedly with that same pressure on the opposite side. But yeah, I think that's all I really know, and those are the things I've really used for facial symmetry. Obviously getting lean and getting rid of body fat will help a lot with your facial symmetry, obviously. But yeah, that's, as far as I know right now, that's pretty much what I've used and what I know really works for helping with facial symmetry.